You will rep.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Let us start with this now.
Yeah, the conception of the biverse. In egg, design crystal, the vehicle, the form. This is the form.
Correct.
Yang seed is the personality crystal, the passenger I am.
So this is the soul.
So
This becomes the soul personality
I
and
am.
becomes the vehicle personality or the design. So the soul is in between the two actually. Let us read.
Combination of. In a human being, these crystals of consciousness have placements within the body. The personality crystal, an aspect of the original and personality crystal, sits up in what we call the head center. In the illustration, you can see that this is the center at the top. This personality crystal.
No, this personality is talking about this. See how the human
Uh-huh.
being is getting mapped.
Yeah. Sahasrara.
Yeah.
Yeah, design crystal is like a kind of Agnya Chakra. Yeah.
So, yeah, right. Then this is the magnetic monopole. He explains that this is the driver, this is the direction, this is the attraction, this is the geometry. Okay.
Okay.
So let's read further.
Okay. In the illustration, you can see that this is the center at the top. This personality crystal manifests who you think you are. The design crystal, an aspect of the original yin egg, is located in what is known as the Agnya center, the second center from the top. This design
He
crystal
has already explained, right? This is the design.
yes.
This is amazing, ma'am. I'm literally blown. In fact, I'm trying to see if I can undertake some self-certification course.
Wow. So there is a course in this. Yeah. Okay. Got
Yeah,
it.
otherwise the
It's very
courses are very expensive for Indian earner. This is beyond the reach. It is some $1,500 and all that.
correct.
Okay.
So the voice, okay.
Now the
So the
voice has
design is
explained all this, out of which has come these notes.
the
Mm.
second sentence on the top. This is the design crystal manifests your biogenetic vehicle. In other words, the body. Okay. So this manifests as the body, the yin yang.
Yeah.
So the voice mentioned also a third component known as the magnetic monopole. This sits in the sternum in what we call the G center.
Okay.
The
Now
magnetic
you need to take note of this. We are talking about 7 chakras, right?
yeah.
He talks about a G chakra and a spleen chakra additionally, which is the
Yeah, we also studied
chakra.
other book also.
Correct.
Yeah, spleen chakra.
So now what is happening is the powers of the chakras that we have learned also has undergone a change. Okay, because of the spleen chakra and all, your emotion center becomes the power center. There's a lot of mutation that is going on even in the consciousness.
Wow.
And the DNA is changing its structure. That's what we are reading in the other topics. That is being explained here very well.
So the voice mentioned also a third component known as
मैं पागल हो गया हूं इतना impactful है ये.
So this is what magnetic monopole he calls G center.
Yeah, read it. He
It
explains.
sits in the sternum in what we call the G center. The magnetic monopole has two different functions. The first function is that it holds us together in the illusion of our separatedness. Wow. In other words, it makes us believe we are separate entities from each other. Secondly, being a monopole, it acts like a magnet with only one pole. That is, it only attracts. Uh-huh. It exerts a pull from outside of us that guides us along our path or geometry, which we call our destiny. Uh-huh. So it only attracts, it exerts a pull from outside of us that guides us along our path of our geometry, which we call our destiny.
Correct.
It is responsible for drawing certain people into our lives and for moving our bodies through life. The name we give it is love. Oh, this is the law of attraction. Love, attraction, yeah.
No,
That
see, it has got the same attraction element only is doing the repulsion also. Because when I am saying you are separate, it is bringing in that difference, right?
correct.
Yeah.
The illusion of separatedness. The
Okay.
crystals of consciousness. Let me shut the door and come.
Yeah. Well, this is amazing actually. Sir, I have converted this into audio books and posted it also.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I've broken it out as 3 sections.
Yeah,
Part
I saw
one,
that.
part two, part two.
Yeah. What I had planned to do is transfer that in my Kindle, and then
Yeah. Okay.
no, I had a problem here. Internet after it's asking for passcode. I forgot you had changed the passcode. There's a new passcode, so I had to go back. It's not
Okay.
in your WhatsApp, so I had to go back and search for the passcode.
For the Kindle, is it?
No, for this one, for this year's session.
Oh, no, I posted the new link also.
New link again, password, because I don't use that link. That's on the WhatsApp. I don't use the link. No, I use the WhatsApp.
Yeah, in WhatsApp also I gave the link and I joined using the same link without any
No.
password and all.
No. In WhatsApp, you just press the link, right?
Yeah.
I'm not. That is in the WhatsApp. That's in the music. I should have gone to WhatsApp in the laptop. I went to the
Okay.
Zoom.
Got it.
So it's asking for
You
passcode.
directly went to Zoom. Okay.
Yeah, Zoom, and it's asking for passcode.
Correct.
94304.
915504 somewhere. I noted. Just now.
We'll change it to something that we can remember. I will
Let's
check.
go back to.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Fakir.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
it's
sense actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll change it. The crystals of consciousness now. Now, ma'am,
the
so what has he told? He has told us about the G center, which is doing 2 functions. Sir, actually, the
separatedness.
7 chakras has got 2 more chakras.
Yeah.
See, the mutation of the 7 chakras has undergone a change and become additionally the spleen chakra and G chakra. I don't know what is the full form of G chakra. He just calls it the G center. Okay.
Yeah, this G center, he says it causes an illusion of separatedness. Also, it attracts the people into our life.
Correct.
According to our destiny.
Correct. So the crystals of consciousness. Let's go further. Okay. This is how it is organized. Okay. So you have your Sahasrara, your Vishuddha. This is your Vishuddha. This is the G center. This is the heart center.
This is in the heart center. He says there is a magnetic monopole.
No, in
the
the G
driver.
center. This is in the G center, which
G
is
center.
influencing. And then there are 32 channels which link us. 32 or 36 channels. And the 2 ends of the channels are known as gates. We have 64 gates. That is how the entire body functions. On this, if we really take Joe Dispenza's circle and then map it, we get a lot more clarity in terms of our behavior and all that. It's amazing, really. I was completely blown away as I was reading. Okay, let's read.
Just why
Imagine,
is my screen less, or have you reduced the screen size?
No.
The slide that you're showing, it's suddenly reduced.
No. This diagram is larger. I have not made any change. This is the
it's become suddenly small for me. I'm just looking at the Anyway, go ahead. I can read it. Then
Okay, I will make
For
it
me,
little larger. Yeah.
imagine that we have limousine. This limousine can be compared to the design crystal, our body. In our limousine, we each have a driver. The driver knows precisely how to drive the vehicle. He knows the roads, he has the maps, and he knows where to go. The driver is the magnetic monopole. It knows exactly where it is going. It knows exactly what the geometry is, and it drives the vehicle along that path of geometry.
Okay.
So that is the G.
That is the fellow who is driving. That is more like your soul.
Yeah. Soul. Yeah,
It's
correct.
also your design crystal.
That is what he calls the driver design
Yes.
crystal. Yes.
Yes.
The personality crystal, which is only who we think we are, is neither the vehicle nor the driver. The personality crystal has no idea where it is going. It is the passenger in the back seat of the car. And you know what a good passenger is supposed to do? Look out the windows and enjoy the ride. Uh-huh. So this personality is the where this Ajna Chakra.
EGO.
So look out the windows and enjoy the ride. So that means it's just he doesn't
Just
know
undergo
where
the
they're going.
experience. Just undergo the experience. Do this and leave the driver in peace. Don't interrupt the
Yeah. So look out through the window and enjoy the ride, but leave the driver in peace. So
This
here the driver is
correct.
the
See,
G
this
center. A
monopole
monopole.
meditation, if you want, I will do
Think about
something because I have gone through it a number of times. I want each of us to close our eyes and experience what he is saying. Okay? And
Okay.
just to make it easy for you, I would recommend recall the diagram of atom to molecule to chemical and so on. It will be very helpful. Yeah, Ratna. Yeah, Ratna, you're saying something? You're muted.
Oh, you're
Hear you.
you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said I just logged in and the phone was not on mute.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No problem. No problem. Okay. So this monopole meditation, please experience what he has said. It's about 2 pages, doesn't matter. Think about what all this really means. Imagine for a moment that you were given a pair of sunglasses to put on. These are not normal sunglasses, however. These sunglasses allow you to see neutrinos. We all know neutrinos is the energy that is surrounding us. It is the breath of the star, right? Okay. They allow you to see the subatomic world. Close your eyes and put the sunglasses on. The world around you is alive. Everywhere you look, you see energy vibrating and moving in swirling patterns. Look down at your own body. There is no body. Just a condensation of the swirling patterns around you. Look down at what you once thought were your feet. Every cell of your body is a tiny crystal. There are so many in your single foot that you cannot comprehend it. And they all seem so busy. That is the level of turbulence that is taking place. In every second crystal, crystals are leaving your foot. In every second, crystals are leaving your foot and moving down into earth. In every second, trillions of new crystals are emerging from the earth and coalescing in your feet. Your entire body is breathing like this with the earth. In every nanosecond, your body is dying and being reborn. You are bleeding out into the Red Sea of creation. Keep experiencing. Look again at the crystals moving in and out of your body. These are cells dying and growing. Every single crystal seems to know exactly what it is doing. It seems to move in coordination with all the other crystals, alone and yet separate. It reminds you of a flock of birds wheeling in the sky, totally moving as one. Go on with your imagination down into the depths of one of those crystals. Enter into the cell itself. It's so busy in there. Trillions of other crystals are at work, building and maintaining the cell. These are the proteins and amino acids, the workers of the cell, and the genes that are issuing the instructions, telling everything where it is supposed to go. The inside of the cell is huge, stretching almost to the horizon. But like a huge galaxy, there seems to be a center around which everything wheels. This is the nucleus of a cell, a hub from where everything is held together. More into the center of the nucleus, or move into the
To
center
the
of
center.
the nucleus. Now, you are in the subatomic world, a world of protons, electrons, and neutrons spinning around the central core of the cell. Keep moving towards the center. Allow yourself to be drawn into the awesome presence of that center. Let go and surrender as the unseen force catches you in its whirlpool and sends you spinning in ever decreasing circles into the vortex of darkness at the center of the cell. All around you, a terrific noise is building, like the wild winds unleashed in a hurricane. Even though you feel disoriented, there is no need to be afraid. The force field that you are caught in is in fact what we in the outside world call love. It is here, right at the core of every living cell in your body. Finally, you have come to a standstill. You are right in the heart of the cell itself. It is utterly silent here. There is no pressure whatsoever. You look out and around you, the entire universe seems to be softly turning. Everything is revolving around you. You are at the center of your own universe. You are in the magnetic monopole of a single cell. Looking from your cushion of quietness, deep within your cell, you see other cells blinking like stars in the distance across the infinite expanse of your subatomic body. They too are softly turning. Everything seems to be going somewhere. Curious to know more? you jump instantaneously into the nearest star you can see and find yourself within another monopole at the heart of another tiny galaxy. You soon realize that even though you are at the center of your own light cellular galaxy, you are in fact part of a wider picture. All the monopoles are turning in a vast arc around some distant point. You jump into another star, then another, and so on. You are moving through the energetic cellular structure of your own body, monopole by monopole. You are astonished that every part of your body, down to the tiniest micro, has its own monopole that seems to know exactly where it is going. It is as though there is some master program that runs through the entire body of your universe that holds everything together in an amazing pattern. Even what you had previously thought of as invading viruses, you now see also have monopoles that fit perfectly within this pattern. As you travel from star to star through the different organs and functions of your inner universe, you become more and more certain that everything is revolving around some other kind of great inner galactic hub. Now let go. You can feel the force again. This time it is so powerful that it frightens you. It seems to be pulling you towards itself. You look around yourself for a reference point, but everything else is being pulled into that same awesome place. You know what it is. And in a split second, you remember that you cannot fight its power. In that fraction of a second, you just let go into your whole being. Leave the driver in peace. You surrender your control over your life, and from the moment you relax, you realize that what you were afraid of is in fact love. Your body is held together by love. Now, you are not fighting. You are moving with love. You are not dizzy, even though you cannot see where you are going. You feel like a leaf swept along the breeze, or a cloud floating majestically through the skies of your being. Finally, almost without you realizing it, you find yourself home. You have arrived at the center of centers, deep within the sternum in your ribcage. From here, you can see the entire universe of your body turning around you. The silence is exquisite. The acceptance you feel for who and where you are is absolutely total. You remember this place. It is the place where you know your own perfection. You are at the center of your own universe. You are in the prime majestic monopole of your body. Take off. Take your sunglasses off. Open your eyes. When you are ready, take a few nice deep breaths and smile a knowing smile to yourself. Now,
So essentially, this is what happens in a very deep mystic mood, right?
yes.
in a mystic experience where it takes the small moments, and we need to hold on to that, which we don't.
No, exactly. And this is what happens in our meditation too.
That's what I'm saying. Mystic experience, meditation.
Exactly. And your central universe where you are connecting through is your central chi. In the new language of chakras, this is the G chakra or the G center, which is the manifestation of love. Yeah, amazing. I mean, when I did this exercise sitting alone, playing it on my audio, wow, it was an experience par excellence.
Mm.
I think you should
No,
make the only this.
so what exercise did you say you did?
No, the same meditation that he suggested,
Ah,
I put my headphones and played the PDF audio
okay.
and closed my eyes and just lied down.
Mm.
I was literally seeing myself flowing in all those directions.
Mm. Okay, let me try that.
That was an amazing experience.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. So
No, what I'm saying,
that
we
is
can-
how you experience the monopole, connecting all particles of your body.
so basically, the way he is explaining, everything is revolving around the same, each cell, and also at the same time, going and connecting to the other cells of the different parts of the
Exactly.
body.
See, we see ourselves as a physical entity. That is why whenever I was getting an opportunity, I used to say, look at yourself with the biologist's eyes. Where the spectacles of a biologist, you see yourself as individual cells. Right? It's a community. This is really mind-boggling.
So I
It's like
wonder.
Earth is.
Sir?
Yeah, no, you got it. You were saying something else. Bala was saying something. Yeah.
It's like Earth is going around itself, and also at the same time rotating around the sun.
Correct. No, the sun itself is a star, no? What is the sun? He is another star. And
Yes.
what you are getting is this sun energy in the form of neutrinos, which is flowing through you. And in our parlance, we are calling it the prana.
Actually, we can feel it if we go and stand across, exactly opposite the sun.
Yeah.
You can feel that crystal coming, hitting us.
I try it just around the time of sunrise. Oh, it's an amazing feeling. Yeah.
Wonderful. But the way he explained, it's very nice. Like,
okay. Now he is going to take us through the components. See, the entire human body, the human design system, is actually a synthesis of all these components. And that he uses the inner circle and the outer circle to explain. So let's go through this. So first, take cognizance of this circle, okay? Make it slightly larger.
yeah.
Yeah, this should be good.
Let's
So you are the neutrinos coming from different planets. Okay? There you have all the individual stars, which represent the I Ching, the 64 channels of the I Ching. How are they connected with the body? That becomes the entire human design. Neutrino streams are making up this entire structure. So you got all the nine planets here, and how they take you through this one, right? So that is what he will explain. Let's go ahead. And the pattern that it forms, he calls it a mandala.
Oh, yeah, because it's like a circle. Yeah.
Exactly. And from which
the illustration,
a new branch of healing which is known as mandala healing.
Mandala healing?
Yeah. See, today I am able to draw meaning out of the rangoli that people in the villages put.
Yeah.
The scientific explanation to that is a mandala in front of the house, which is directing the energies. And they used to have a particular pattern for a day, every day.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Especially Sankranti time.
Yes.
No,
The
there
illustration.
is
Sir?
a village. See, my area is located in what is an old village called Barasandra. So I normally walk through this when I want to buy milk and all that. I see this early morning. All these lead women, the small hutments kind of a thing. These houses, old houses,
Yeah.
and they do this every day. I see in the morning they sweep, and then each one in a row, young ladies and things, they go on putting different kinds of rangoli, and always stop there, watch them, and then come.
Are there random designs or any particular like?
No, they are not.
No, they're not random. They're not random.
There is a pattern. If you see when they are doing the actual, they put the dots, the measurement, the distance, and the pattern that they are doing, there is a complete full-fledged mandala design in each of them.
In
Oh,
fact,
yeah.
I have a rough road where I also practice like this. After I see them, I try to keep practicing those things here.
Oh, yeah.
I got
No,
this
it's amazing. I see that.
I do that. Yeah. All those dots I put and try practice doing that.
Oh, in my village, the way I have seen it is they start with first putting water mixed with cow dung.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. In
Here they
villages.
don't put water, just water. Yeah. Not village. I'm in near my house.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Whatever.
How people have become modernized, so they don't touch cow dung and all that.
Not available.
Yeah. Right.
Then any rangoli like has a meaning, right? Then
Yeah.
okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Let's go ahead, ma'am. We can read from here.
Illustration above shows the human design wheel that lies at the heart of this whole system. The wheel is an ancient spiritual symbol used by many cultures to describe the inner workings of the universe. This wheel is literally a synthesizing mandala for all life, and as you can see, it is made up of various parts. In this chapter, we will discuss both the inner wheel and the outer wheel, as well as their relationship, and for the first time, we will introduce the body graph, the graphic in the center of the wheel. As a synthesis, the human design system brings together many different aspects from many different cultures and times. The inner wheel, the macrocosm.
Okay. So inner wheel is the macrocosm. Okay, which is nothing but the planets and then divided into the same sections. Yeah.
If you take a look at the illustration above, you will see that running around the rim of the inside of the wheel, there are 12 symbols. These represent the 12 signs of the Western zodiac, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, etc. Astrology is just one of the components that make up the human design synthesis, and there is something more important to understand here before we go any further. As a synthesis, human design is much more than the sum of its parts. It is not a hodgepodge of different systems someone has just thrown together. It is the mystical revelation of how those systems are designed to interlock with each other. It has come into the world now because the time is right for humanity to begin its next great leap in consciousness. The human design wheel is the completion of a millennial jigsaw puzzle. We are currently entering an age of synthesis. Those of us used to working with the single system, whether left brain or right brain oriented, may have to adapt our thinking to accommodate this natural evolution. As you read the pages of this manual,
is the actual mutation that is taking place of what's happening in the universe around us. People are now taking cognizance of that.
as you read the pages of this manual, remember that your brand new knowledge
നല്ല ക്ലാസ്സാ നിർത്തിച്ച്
somebody is saying,
കണ്ടു നിർത്തിയിരിക്കണം അത് വരില്ലൊക്കെ ചുതി നിർത്ത്
Why is this not getting muted? Remaram, please mute yourself.
as you read the pages of this manual, remember that you're entering brand new knowledge. Human design rides on the shoulders of many other systems, both mystical and scientific, and in doing so, it can see further than most. Because all human design calculation is founded upon birth time, it is often mistaken for a new form of astrology. It is not astrology, although it owes much to that ancient science. Human design does, however, use astrological calculation, and here is why. In order to verify why astrological calculation is valid, you have to understand that the human design wheel is a graphic that represents the universe.
അവിടെ ബ്രെഡ് മാത്രം ഉണ്ടാവുള്ളൂ
Ma'am, can you please
ഫ്രൂട്ട്സും ബ്രെഡൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടാവുള്ളൂ
mute
അല്ലെ
yourself?
ചോറുണ്ടാവില്ല
Rema ma'am, can you please mute yourself? Why am I not able to mute? I will mute
Okay.
everyone. I will mute everyone.
You mute all, then
order-
try once.
Yeah. Where is mute?
In order to verify why astrological calculation is valid, you have to understand that the human design wheel is a graphic that represents the universe. All around us, in every direction, we are surrounded by enormous star field. It is this star field which generates the neutrino stream that percolates the whole universe. In human design terminology, this has been nicknamed the neutrino ocean. Stars radiate neutrinos in all directions, creating a weave of rippling subatomic information that floods the space.
അടിയല്ലേ കിട്ടും
I think you can mute everyone, sir.
I know, but that is not working. That is what I am surprised.
And is this person from our group or?
Allow
Un-
participants to unmute. I have to remove that option. Yeah. No, but Rema is not being muted even then. Okay. Yeah, let's continue.
Okay.
I will remove the participant.
Now, think about the planets of our solar system. Imagine the planet Mars, for example. It gets caught in the neutrino stream like a fly in a web. In other words, as Mars orbits around our sun, it gets in the way of. Let's go one more page down, Andy.
One sec. Yeah. Okay.
The Mars orbits around the sun, it gets in the way of the neutrino stream before it reaches us here on Earth. The moment Mars gets in the way of the stream, then that neutrino stream has to go through Mars. Because the neutrino stream is material, it bears an infinitesimal mass, and this mass is going to interact with the material of Mars. So basically, he is saying before it reaches the Earth, it interacts with the stream neutrino material.
Anything that obstructs comes in the way, it will interact with that, pass through that, carry that material, and then come down to you on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So along with Mars, it is bringing the neutrino material to the Earth.
Yes.
If you have a black car and a white car and they bang into each other, you will get a little black paint on the white car and a little white paint on the black car. This is more or less what happens when the stream goes through Mars. The neutrino stream is actually changed by Mars, and after being filtered by Mars, the stream comes through all of us here on Earth.
Mm.
As you will see, the same cosmic program influences us all, but we each manifest that program uniquely. So basically, the same cosmic program we get it, but we manifest differently, uniquely.
Exactly.
The way in which we do this is through these crystals of consciousness that are within us. To understand how these crystals work, imagine two diamonds that are cut differently and have different shapes and facets to them. Very well explained. If we take these two diamonds and we put the same source of light through each of them, what emerges from the other side are two totally different patterns. That is how we work. We all live in the same neutrino program and we are all being affected in the same way, but we each translate that program through the crystals within us in a totally unique way.
Mm.
So depending upon our soul pattern, it shines
So not only
differently.
soul pattern, I mean, that will come later. Let's not jump the gun. We need to go through just what he is explaining. The reason is later on, all these neutrinos, they stream and influence the formation of this body. That is why this example is very important.
So it influences the formation of the soul.
And yes, no, not only soul, this body, this soul, everything. Because there are two sides of this. There is the personality side, there is also the design side.
Yeah, that's what he called yin and yang.
In between the two is you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why we need the astrological wheel.
That
As
is
we
the
shall
only
see.
relationship. This is the only relationship with astrology.
Yeah.
Rest of it
This is
is
why.
quantum physics. Yeah.
So as we shall see, knowing the positions of the planets at two very specific times, it will allow us to see our own unique imprinting within the neutrino stream.
Okay.
Indeed,
Now,
that is why the horoscope rooms say the sun
but
is in this, the Mars
horoscope,
is.
see, the only
So
problem.
those are the
horoscope,
neutrinos impact on the particular soul when it goes around the neutrino web and comes to the Earth as a form. So it takes those planets and the influences, it passes through that web.
But the problem with astrology is it is only a single wheel. There is no outer wheel.
Correct, correct.
Okay. But here he is taking the inner wheel. Till now, what you saw was the inner wheel.
So the inner wheel is only wheel which uses the horoscopic to some extent. That's what I'm trying to say. Like the Mars moves through the Earth and moves around the Earth, around the Sun, and it gets impact from the Mars. Similarly, the other planets will be doing it. Now, at the time we get birth, those neutrinos get impacted to the form and the same time where the planets are.
See, all the particles, those neutrinos is the breath, the prana, the life-giving.
Correct.
Okay. Then there is the design side of it which will come.
Yes. So now it is only the horoscopic side which is said what is the only impact in the macrocosm.
Correct. Now let us go.
So that is why he says at the one time two planets, knowing the position of the planet at the two very specific times.
Correct.
Always in astrology they say.
Yeah. The moon time and the sun time.
What we were reading, the planes, like you have the noetic plane is creating a reflection on the mental plane, is creating a reflection on the psychic plane, is creating a reflection on the physical plane. Correct?
The same thing
Yeah.
here, yes.
Now, the same thing scientifically is then getting repatternized into the neutrino stream.
Correct, correct.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go to the outer circle now.
Outer wheel. The outer wheel is full of numbers.
As
You can see that.
no, you can see these numbers.
Yeah, you can see it is divided into 64 sections.
Correct.
This division into 64 relates to two things. Firstly, it relates to the ancient Chinese wisdom known as the I Ching or the Book of Changes.
Yes.
The I Ching is a rather extraordinary ancient text that has been popularized as an oracle.
Oracle. Yeah.
However, the I Ching, as anyone who has studied in its depth knows, is much more than an oracle. Its origination had hit upon a very profound pattern. What makes the I Ching so extraordinary is certainly not what it says, because it is actually rather dated, its language being patriarchal and sexist. What makes it so extraordinary is its mathematics. It is based on a binary mathematical model that centers on the number 64. The I Ching is a metaphor for life, told in a symbolic form. It consists of 64 symbols called hexagrams, each made up of 6 lines. These hexagrams are woven into a certain order that reflects the cycles and seasons of life. It reflects the cycles and also the seasons of life. Simply put, hexagram is basically an archetype of information. It is like mini dictionary. In human design, the 64 hexagrams are stretched out around the wheel, their 6-line structure acting rather like the degrees of a circle. Thus, this circle has 384 lines. The sequence of how the hexagram follows each other on the arc had been revealed. It has not been made up. The sequence of how the hexagram follows each other on the arc has been revealed. It has not been made
Now
up.
it has been revealed. So basically, what is it saying? When you look at this diagram, not this, yeah, this one. These are those three.
Hmm. So
Because
outside these are
64, you got 64 such sections,
yeah.
right? Now within those
Yeah.
64, you have got 6 lines each. So 384 lines. That is
Correct.
what is influencing us. Yeah.
The second association to this division of the wheel into 64 is in the field of genetics. DNA is made up of 2 strands of nucleotides, one strand being a perfect reflection of the other. This basic binary is also the foundation of yin and yang of the I Ching. Our genetic code is also made up of 4 bases, which are arranged in grouping of 3. Each of these chemical groupings relates to an amino acid and forms what is known as a codon. There are 64 of these codons in our genetic code. Similarly, in the I Ching, there are only 4 basic permutations of yin and yang known as bigrams, which are also arranged in groups of 3 known as trigrams. In the same way that the 2 strands of our DNA reflect each other, each trigram of the I Ching has a partner, and together these 2 symbols create the hexagram, the basis of the I Ching. Very interesting. 64, I remember these 64 codons. They make up the different amino acids and proteins. The genetic clock with its amino acid combinations. So these are all different amino acids.
Right.
Interesting. So each one has three, code. Each one has the code.
And then this becomes,
Makes one.
see, this also forms your astrological 27 days or 28 days, whatever they have, right? Those
Stars.
keys and all that. He comes to that calculation later. In other words. So this he is talking about as the genetic clock with its amino acid combination.
Genetic clock with its amino acid combinations.
Genetic
Very
clock.
interesting.
No. Link this genetic clock with your biorhythmic clock.
Yeah.
Got organs. At each time you have got the organs that are active, right? 3 to 5 a.m.
Yeah.
lungs and so on.
Circadian rhythm.
Yeah. Now read this.
In other words, when Watts and Crick discovered the principle of the genetic code in the late 1950s, although they didn't know it, what they found out was that the genetic code has exactly the same mathematics as the I Ching discovered more than 5,000 years ago. Thus, the human design wheel is literally the stringing out of our genetic code. It is like a planetary genetic clock, what we can use as a tool to read the design of anything that is alive, from a man to a plant, so long as we know when it was either born or created. So we can also take the history of the plant when they know exactly when it is seeded.
Correct. No, not only that, look at this. This is the sun. Okay, this symbol here is the sun, right? It is sending its neutrinos, passing through a particular planet at that particular stage, which is having this particular measurement.
5 degrees. What is 37 is this.
37, you see, degrees, minutes, and seconds.
37 minutes, 30 degrees. Okay.
Yeah.
30 seconds. Yeah. This illustration above shows you that every hexagram has a specific place and measurement of the arc in the wheel. The wheel is a circle of 360 degrees, and each hexagram therefore covers a space of 5 degrees, 37 minutes, and 30 seconds of arc. The relationship between the inner and the outer wheel, transferring the macrocosm into the microcosm.
So now the macrocosm is getting transformed and influencing the microcosm.
That is our body, inside our body.
Exactly.
This is where we see the magic of human design at work. As we have seen, the orbiting planets impact on us through interfering with the neutrino stream from deep space. We use the inner wheel to locate their position in the macrocosm, and when we transfer those positions into the outer wheel, the hexagram wheel. So we use the inner wheel to locate their positions in the outer wheel in the microcosm. In the illustration above, we have an example of a calculation. We can see somebody who was born when the sun was moving across the zodiacal constellation of Aquarius, represented by the symbol made up of 2 wavy lines. We can also see.
This is Aquarius.
Yeah, these are Aquarius, the green.
2 wavy lines.
We can also see that the corresponding division in the I Ching wheel is the 13th hexagram.
That is the 13th.
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
Beyond that, we do not use the astrological wheel because we are not looking at aspects of angles around the wheel like astrologers do. Human design is about pinpointing this information directly into the body. So only we use those 3. Degree, the minutes and seconds.
The influence. Basically, we are looking at the neutrino stream.
Yeah. Once we can see these same patterns within ourselves, we can literally see our cosmic genetic imprinting. This final piece of magic is done by means of a further matrix known as the body graph.
So
The
now,
body
how
graph,
is the body graph formed? This becomes the important thing. You are taking all these patterns and putting them together, which is becoming the body. Okay. So
correct.
what is this body graph? Body graph will
Components.
actually look like this.
9 centers, the biology and functions.
Correct.
Okay, head, pineal, inspiration, pressure to translate existence.
All these are the 9 centers. The crown chakra, Agnya chakra, the Vishnu
Rotha.
chakra, Chi is the liver. Okay. Right? Then he is talking about the heart chakra. He is talking about the spleen chakra, the lymphic system, etc. Then he is talking about the sacral chakra, the root chakra, and the solar plexus on this side.
Very interesting.
Right? And
So
then
he has put all those numbers from top to bottom. No, actually,
these are
the
the
numbers
I
are.
Ching numbers. These are the I Ching numbers.
Oh,
And these are the channels. On either side of the I Ching number is the channel. Phenomenal, actually. I mean, I've heard this book 3 times and I've heard only understood only 10% of it. But it's amazing. Yeah, let's continue.
At the center of the body graph and its components, at the center of the two wheels, we can see another graphic made graphic made up of 9 centers connected by a network of channels. This is the body graph. So he says 9 centers. Those are the different, that we saw. This is the body graph. The body graph is perhaps one of the most important parts of the human design revelation. It is a human body graph. The voice that revealed the human design system referred to the body graph as a rave, which was its own word for human.
Okay.
Is
Now,
this called rave?
Means, see, some things I was reading, he says that rave is going to be the new way a human the species is going to be addressed. And this is going to start taking effect from 2027.
Oh, so they're going to call the human race as rave?
Rave, that's what he says.
The voice that revealed the human design system referred to the body graph as rave, which was its own word for human. The body graph allows us to translate the neutrino information directly into the body so that we can see how we are imprinted. Very interesting. The body graph is made up of 3 different components from 3 different ancient sciences. It is the synthesis of these components and is thus greater than the sum of its parts.
The centers.
The centers. The first component you notice are these shapes known as the 9 centers. These centers are based on the Hindu Brahman tradition, where they are known as chakras. In Indian yogic tradition, the chakras are seen as hubs of subtle energy within the body. In human design, we call them centers. And unlike the Indian tradition, there are 9 instead of traditionally 7. Please understand that human design is not the chakra system anymore than it is astrology. It is a synthesis. We will discuss the relevance. We will discuss the relevance of each of the 9 centers in depth in part 2 of this manual. Each center has a different function. So let's go down.
He has given you the picture. So what is he saying? Head is the.
So basically, extra he has put a center and the spleen.
Pardon?
No, he included those two, spleen chakra and the G center.
Yes, yes.
He added to the seven chakras.
And what is the G? See, look at the organs associated. The head is the organ
Liver.
here, the pineal,
Yeah.
the inspiration, the pressure to translate existence. This is the function. Agya chakra is the anterior and posterior, pituitary, the mind, the cogitating, and the process of mental awareness over time. That is the Agya chakra. Throat chakra, throat and parathyroid, metabolism, manifestation, and expression. Okay. G, the liver, the self, the locator sense of direction and love. So the way these are organized, when you go into part 2, you will realize they are segregated into direction, awareness, energy, and so on. They are grouped into three sections.
3 groups.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll come to that. The gates and channels.
The gates and the channels. Between these 9 centers lies a network of channels. These channels are the second main component of the body graph. The channels are rooted in the tradition of Zohar Kabbalah tradition, being a development of the zodiac tree of life. These channels act as connections between the centers. Basically, the channels are about bringing together the energies of 2 different centers and thus generating something new, a third thing. They represent the quantum principle that 64 hexagrams are connected with each other through channels. Each channel has a name and a description related to its function. The third component of the body graph is found in the numbers. At either end of each channel, where the channel opens into the center, you will see a number. These openings are called gates, and there are a total of 64 of them. The gates related to the 64 hexagrams of the outer wheel. In other words, what we are looking at is a simple number coded system that allows us to translate the neutrino information directly into the body.
Beautiful, right? How he is
Yeah.
mixing all, and then amazing.
Wonderful. And very well coordinating with the genetic code.
Yeah.
Let us look at an example to see how this works. In the example below, you can see that the sun, let's go one more line up. You can see the sun in the middle of Aquarius in the 13th hexagram. Okay. Yeah, here.
Okay.
Okay. And we can now take the information and see where it belongs inside the body graph. So that means here. All we have to do is find the corresponding position to the 13th hexagram in the body graph. In other words, the 13th gate. So here, this brown color, dark brown.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go one more up. Couple lines up. One more line. Yeah. The 13th gate happens to be in the yellow diamond. The 13th gate happens to be in the yellow diamond shaped center known as the G center. Now we have, here, the 13th gate. Okay. Now we have a way of locating stellar neutrino information deep within the chemical processes of our bodies. So I am wondering how he said it is yellow, instead of this, the red line is directing towards the yellow diamond.
Yeah.
सर ऊपर वाले ड्राइंग में जाइए तो हाँ यहाँ देखो 13 कहाँ लिखा है सी द जी लीवर सेल्फ यू कैन सी 13 देयर So wherever
Correct,
13
correct.
is connected, so it get connected to the G.
Now I got it. Yes, yes. So basically, that gate outside gate represents the number inside the chakra.
Yeah, inside the center. Whether you can chakra
But
or
also
whatever
I
it
have
is.
shown you here, no? Here also,
Correct.
same 13 is coming to the G center.
Got it. So this 13 represents here the yellow 13.
Sir, मुझे last line समझ नहीं आया. Now we have a way of locating stellar neutrino information deep within the chemical process.
Correct. See, here you have got the sun.
Mhm.
Right? Sun is a star.
Okay.
Sun's breath, the particles and subparticles are all neutrinos.
Mhm.
Because neutrinos are made only in the stars.
Correct. In the space, yeah.
No, in the stars, not in the space.
No, between the star, it transforms the neutrinos and becomes a web.
No. It
Sir,
is
वही तो लिखा था
available
ऊपर.
only in the star.
Yeah, that's right. But then does neutrinos transfer from here
Correct.
to
So
there?
now the sun's rays is streaming. The
Mhm.
sun's ray that you see is the stream of neutrinos.
Okay.
Oh, this
They
This
have
red.
This
two
two red
gate 30.
lines.
In the outer
Yeah,
circle,
two
they
red
are in gate 30. In the inner circle, it is the Aquarius. That is continuing and hitting the G center. Because 13 in the human body is the G center.
So basically, how this microcosm is connected to the macrocosm outside the gate.
Correct.
He
So what
explained.
he has done, he has taken, each is that 5 degrees and odd that he has shown, right?
Mhm.
5
Yes,
plus
yes.
5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. If you add all that, it will be 30 degrees. Just check that. Because ये 12 में divide किया हुआ है ना circle को.
Correct, correct. हाँ.
तो ये पूरा जो है एक planet का 30 degrees हो गया.
हाँ.
ओके. वो 30 degrees को 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
आपका माउस कहाँ है? मुझे
मेरा
वो कर्सर तो दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है.
नहीं, ये है मेरा माउस.
कर्सर दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है.
कर्सर बॉक्स में है ना.
बॉक्स में किधर है आपका? हाँ, अब आ गया. हाँ, अब दिखाई.
So now what is happening? This has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6,
A little
41
bit
तक.
more than 5. It is going beyond 41. ये 30 degrees जो है. That is why it is in degrees, minutes and seconds ना.
Correct.
Okay. So if you multiply this by 6, उसका जो वो arc को लेके, right? If you translate it, you will get 64 gates. मतलब एक में कुछ gates extra है.
हाँ, ठीक है. इसीलिए वो 5, 13 और 30 है ना.
हाँ, right? ये 64 है, ये 30 है.
फिर माउस चला
ठीक है.
गया.
तो वो रीजियन में वो कहां से घुस रहा है और यहाँ पे क्या कौन से सेंटर आके यहाँ पे अटैक हो रहे हैं.
So you mean to
13
say so you mean to say at this point of time,
correct,
the sun neutrino is entering the 13 I chang, which penetrates into the macrocosm of Aquarius, and that particular time it hits the G center.
Here it is coming to the G center.
G center. So at that particular time, the G center is getting impacted with the sun's neutrino.
Yes. Which whatever is the neutrino that is getting carried. In this case, it happens to be the Aquarius ka neutrino. It is
from the impact of the sun.
See, sun ka neutrinos are coming through the Aquarius.
हाँ.
Aquarius is like Mars in the earlier example.
हाँ, समझ गया सर.
ठीक है. It is amazing actually. ठीक है. तो ये हो गया. Now we have a way of locating stellar, that is the star's neutrino stream information deep within the chemical process of our body.
तो वहां पे जो अमीनो एसिड क्रिएट होगा, इट विल हैव द न्यूट्रिनोस फ्रॉम दिस स्टार.
वहां पे नहीं, ये इम्पैक्ट के कारण पूरा मिला के जो क्रिएट होगा, बिकॉज इट इज पार्ट ऑफ द केमिकल प्रोसेस, right? Okay, that information is getting supplied, which is in the chemical process, matlab atom to molecule to chemical to all that, that one. Okay, ठीक है ना?
बड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है ये सब.
कॉम्प्लिकेटेड नहीं है, सिंपल है, पहले समझना पड़ेगा, बस इतना ही.
हाँ, थोड़ा वही है. यस.
It's a process basically. It is a repeatable process.
हाँ, ये तो है, सही बात है. इट्स अ रिपीटेबल प्रोसेस.
Correct. Now keynotes.
The keynotes. In addition to their traditional names, all the gates and channels have keynotes. Keynotes are one of the most important ways of learning human design. And as your journey deeper into this labyrinth of knowledge, you will discover deeper layers of keynotes. Don't worry that you don't understand what they mean at this stage. You can examine and learn more about the keynotes in my other book, Circuitry. So he has a book
I am
called
now converting to audio.
Uh,
I've already sent
the
that.
name,
If I have not, I will.
okay.
Yeah.
The naming of names. To the newcomer, human design can often seem like learning a whole new language. You hear all these strange new terms. Some names come from scientific fields, others from the realm of the esoteric, some are Eastern, others Western. Many of these names seems to come from behind some kind of veil. In other words, they are new. Have you ever wondered where names come from? Indulge yourself for a moment. You are
Now recall what we learned in your soul contract decoded. Vibration.
Yeah,
Vibration translated to sound becomes the key.
but it connected to our name.
Correct. No, it is connected to the symbol which has got a sound pattern.
Yeah.
Okay, now read this.
Indulge yourself for a moment. You are, after all, reading this, and as the words spill across your mind, they are having a deep effect on you. A similar one, the sound effect.
Yeah.
Words and names are like spirits that have a life of their own. Stripped of their presentations, pretensions, sorry. Stripped of their pretensions and meanings, they simply exist as pure vibrations in the ether.
Correct.
So when top of, yeah. In Sanskrit, they have a word Maya. It means many things, but above all, it means illusion. The Eastern mystics have often spoken of our world as a Maya, an illusion. Interestingly enough, the root of the word Maya comes from Ma, which means to measure. We humans are measurers. That is why we are here. We are here to measure the illusion. We are here to give everything around us a name. A name is thus a vibration. It is the sound that something or someone makes. It is the crystallization of an object or a person into sound. That is the interesting thing about names, that they already exist before we find them. In a sense, they let us find them. Naming is really about unveiling. It is all a matter of waiting. Working with the human design is really not about study and knowledge. It is about playing with the truth. There is absolutely no guarantee that you will get it. The deeper we go into our designs, the more we will see that life is about letting go of being in control. It makes no difference whether you understand any of these words. You cannot study to be yourself. You can only be yourself. There are no techniques that ensure you will be yourself. There is nothing you can do about any of this. What this course will perhaps show you is what is not you. You see, you cannot become who you already are. You can only remove what you are not. And it is not as if you have to do anything to remove your conditioning either. There is no therapeutic technique in this. It is purely a matter of understanding. For all you your logical minds, we are sorry. But over on the red side, things just sort of happen. Shit happens. So they basically in Indian philosophy also they say you just need to remove unnecessary conditioning.
Yes.
Neti, they say remove it, and then you become the pure who you really are. The only thing you need is a spirit of play. If you find your
Yeah.
mind full of questions,
See, from my understanding, the most important part that we need to remember here happens to be, you see, you cannot become who you already are. You can't become what you are.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah,
And only remove what you are not. So, in one of the chart analysis, there is one term which says not self. Okay, that not self are all the characteristics that we have to remove.
yeah.
Let's go further.
The only thing you need is a spirit of play. If you find your mind full of questions, have a laugh at yourself. You are not here to understand words. You are here to understand being. Words, words, words. Human design is filled with words. But just like the body graph, they are not the territory. They simply point the way. It takes the body 7 years to learn a new language, a new pattern. Don't get caught up in the black writing. Be in the red writing. It takes 7 years to forget your mind. Just take the words in
Now,
just take the words in through your body. Breathe them in. That is enough. You don't have to make sense of them. Let time work its magic.
see,
Listen to the words as though you were listening to a piece of music or the song of a bird.
okay,
Travel lightly through this
just
new
wait,
world.
just wait. There are two important points here. Be in the red writing and not the black.
Huh?
Don't get caught up in the black writing.
Yeah.
Black writing in this entire design, on the right hand side, you have got your planetary positions and all the values of the gates and all, right? That is written in black. That is your personality, your soul, the conditioned soul. On the red side is basically the original design of your patterns. Okay, so he says, don't get caught up in the black writing.
Mm.
Okay, here. Don't get caught up in the black writing. Be in the red writing. Okay?
So the writing is the real soul writing.
Exactly. So if you really take a soul diagram, one second. Yeah. If you really take a soul diagram, then you take your own chart.
आज जो किताब भेजा था ना उसमें था।
ये देखो,
हाँ इसमें है, करेक्ट करेक्ट, ये लेफ्ट राइट वाला।
This is black, this is red. Okay.
Where is your pointer, Andy? I don't see the pointer, your pointer.
No, the pointer is here. See, if it comes down, when it comes into this, it is taken.
Yeah. Now we see. Yeah.
Okay.
So there is another chart which says right side personality, left side is design. This is your thing which it is showing.
Correct, correct.
So
So,
one is life purpose, the other one is soul purpose.
correct. Right. This is the purpose of life. The sole purpose is beyond that, and that is the experiences that you are storing, you are conditioning. He is calling it life, but he also calls this the personality, and then this calls the design. He calls this side the design. I couldn't locate that chart. So that chart also is
सर
there.
आज आपने जो किताब भेजा ना उसमें ये ह्यूमन डिजाइन वर्कबुक में है.
हाँ.
ऊपर देखिए, ऊपर है ह्यूमन. नहीं नहीं, इधर नहीं, बाहर आइए. तो
I'm just opening. Wait. This is.
आज आपने भेजा था ना ह्यूमन डिजाइन वर्कबुक, उसमें था.
The one, no, audio. That the one you opened is the audio. The top one is the PDF.
No, there is one more. There is one more below. Oh, how many pages? One page now. पता नहीं, वो दूसरे में है.
सर
एक मिनट.
सर आपका पीडीएफ ऑलरेडी ओपन है, वो वाला, वो राइट साइड पीडीएफ ओपन है ना, ह्यूमन डिजाइन वर्कबुक, उसमें है.
नहीं, ये अलग
इसमें है.
ये
यही है ना, ये राइट साइड वाला जो है पर्सनालिटी है ना.
We can practice that stuff using this. Okay. नहीं तो आपको एक सेकंड. This is another way they write soul purpose, life purpose, and all the human design parameters, etc. Right? Otherwise, they will write like this: calculation of your body graph. Right?
Yeah, see, right. यहाँ पे है ना.
Right.
Design data,
data, which is black, and design data is red, based on planetary position at a time approximately three months prior to your birth. That is what it represents, because that is the design stage. Now, link this back with what we. One second. So, link this back to what we learned in that pre-birth planning and all that 13 circles. Right?
Yeah.
3 months prior, that is when the trimester is happening, when the mother and child are meeting together to finalize their birth plan.
Correct.
That is the design. Yeah, amazing.
The 12 circle destiny.
Yeah. Correct. Right? This is actually taking us through a completely different ball game in terms of understanding ourselves.
ऊपर है, हाँ, यहाँ पे.
That is why he changed his name to Rahu or something.
Is it from
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Lata?
Is it from China? This knowledge is from China,
No.
sir?
Not from China.
He said he took from all different east, west.
The Mediterranean. He is in the Mediterranean visa.
Oh,
Maybe
thank you.
Italian then. I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
So,
Yeah. So where are we?
yeah, in
नीचे,
Sanskrit,
नीचे.
they have.
Yeah.
We finished
Sir,
this.
नीचे. नीचे. Last page, this page, last line.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Here. You can only
यहाँ पे.
what you are not, and it is not, it is purely, the only thing you need is a spirit of the day. Of play, sorry. The only thing you need is spirit of play. If you find your mind full of questions, have a laugh at yourself. You are not here to understand words. You are here to understand being. Words, words, words. Human design is filled with words. But just like the body graph, they're not the territory. They simply point the way. It takes the body 7 years to learn a new language, a new pattern. Don't get caught up in the black writing. To be in the red writing. It takes 7 years to find it.
forget your
Just take the
mind.
just take the words in through your body. Breathe them in. That is enough. You don't have to make sense of them. Let time work its magic. Listen to the words as though you are listening to a piece of music
Hmm.
or the song of a bird. I need to get some water.
Travel lightly through this new world. You are going to discover secrets within your body. Your mind simply shows up alongside. Your mind cannot know truth. Your body contains all truth. The answers you seek lie in your blood. They are to be found in the mystery of the red. Yeah? In design information, we have a treasure map. The map of each individual is accessible and available, yet it requires study in order to understand its structure.
Don't get caught up in the black writing. Be in the red writing. It takes 7 years to forget your mind. Just take the words in through your body. Breathe them in. That is enough. You don't have to make sense of them. Let time work its magic. Listen to the words as though you were listening to a piece of music or the song of a bird. Travel lightly through this new world. You are going to discover secrets within your body. Your mind simply shows up alongside. Your mind cannot know the truth. Your body contains all truth. The answers you see lie in your blood. They are to be found in the mystery of the red. Wow. In design information, we have a treasure map. The map for each individual is accessible and available, and it requires study in order to understand its structure. In learning to read your own map and to follow its path, you embark on a journey into the core of your being at a true cellular level. Over a period of time, you begin to see the changes that living truly who you are brings. Oh, you're living truly who you are brings. It is the adventure of life and a journey we all here to make. Enjoy the ride. Ra Uruhu. So basically, that is why we have in all these mantras, whether we understand or not, by repeating, we absorb into our blood.
To understand tomorrow, it is better we familiarize ourselves with these symbols. There's one more he has missed out, which is known as the crane or crane.
So the audio today, for the meditation part, in which is audio, that is there, you have different parts.
Yeah, it is in the section 1. All this we are doing is part 1 still.
Oh, okay. Okay.
See, part 2 will start later. Where is 8? Yeah. So, part 1, right? Part 1
Yeah.
starts and ends with synthesis. We have finished individual calculation, defined and undefined centers. Okay. Then part 2 starts with the 9 centers. Then what is energy? Root center, throat center, and sacral center. Just look at this. This is not the way we have read, and their functions are limited to what we have read till now. Energy is being transformed in the root center by virtue of pressure. It is experienced in the throat center through metabolism. Okay. Your pituitary gland is connected to your thyroid gland, is part of this metabolism. Right? And then sacral is the vitality, the vital force is your sacral chakra, not your solar plexus as we have understood there. Okay. Then you are talking about awareness, spleen, agya, and the solar plexus. Solar plexus is your sun, your fire, spirit, mind, and body. Then direction, heart, form, love is the G center, and then head center is the consciousness. These four decide the directions. Okay. Then he takes you through the different types and what strategies they have to adopt. You have the manifestor, generator of two kinds. Then manifestor generator is another kind within. Then you have got the projector, and this is the reflector is one of the, how the connections between each of the channels, the gates and the centers is going to qualify you as a manifestor or a generator or a projector or a reflector. With that, this book will be over. Our movement will be faster if people listen to a portion of part 2 also when they come tomorrow. If you get time. Otherwise, we will anyway cover it here. Because we have got individual calculations and then they are defined and undefined centers, what they mean. You want to do a little bit for another 15 minutes?
Yeah, for me it's okay.
Okay, we can at least, the calculation part will take time. So this is the body graph. In between, you have got the original design and you have got the personality. A beautiful way of putting the whole thing together. I think we'll do it tomorrow. We need a fresh mind. Okay. We can just do this portion. Yeah. Let's do this portion. 15 minutes.
Calculation. This section is about explaining how a calculation is done. There are two different calculations necessary to set up an individual design. One is called personality calculation and the other is called the design calculation. This is where we first see this interplay of the conscious and unconscious in our lives. Time of birth. In order to calculate a human design chart, we must have a person's time, date, and place of birth. Many of us are uncertain of our birth time, so we need to be rather careful in approaching this knowledge. There are various techniques such as astrology, dowsing, and muscle testing that claim to discover a person's correct time of birth. But even these should be approached with care. If you are unsure of someone's time of birth, the best thing to do is contact your nearest professional human design analyst and ask their advice. Sometimes a design may change very little in a whole day. At others, a few seconds may make a world of difference. The human design system is knowledge for our children. The more accurate the birth time, the more accurate and penetrating the chart. In the future, by getting our birth time to the second, we will be able to probe the very deepest recesses of our genetic makeup. This is possible by means of a highly advanced branch of human design knowledge known as the Global Incarnation Index. Global Incarnation Index. For human design purposes, the exact moments of birth is taken as the moment that the baby's body has left the mother entirely. It is not when the umbilical cord is cut. We recommend that birth time be recorded as close to the seconds as possible. Clock should be tuned to the atomic clock available over the internet. The planets. The planets in human design have a fascinating impact on our design on account of the neutrino stream. The human design have a fascinating impact on our design on account of the neutrino stream. Because we use the earth to represent the primal inequality in human design, many of the traditional archetypes ascribed to the planets by astrology have mutated and evolved as we humans have evolved. Planetary imprinting is a very profound subject and is one outside the scope of this present training. However, below is a simplified table of some of the keynotes ascribed to the planets in human design. So these are the planetary keynotes. Sun,
This symbol
personality
is
expression.
Sun, Earth,
Earth is grounding and balance. Moon is the
North
driving
node and
force.
South node. This
Yeah.
is Mercury, Venus, Mars,
North node, south
Saturn,
node.
Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. There is one crane or cron that is missed in this. There's one more planet which is in between these two. It has the built-in characteristics. This was identified much later, this cron.
The personality calculation. Below is an illustration of how we calculate an individual body graph. This is where human design diverts from traditional astrology because, as you can see, we are looking at two wheels rather than one. The wheel on the right side with the black color coding is the wheel of your personality crystal. In other words, this is the neutrino information that was imprinted in your nature at the exact time of your birth. This is a calculation that an astrologer would use in order to create your horoscope. The other wheel on the left with the red coding is the wheel of your design crystal, which we will discuss below. So only through astrology we come to know only our personality design.
Correct.
In the wheel,
We can come to the design calculation and stop.
in the wheel over, you can see the positions of the planets, the Earth and the lunar nodes plotted in the wheel. The colored spokes represent the hexagram numbers that corresponds to the specific planetary positions.
These are the hexagram numbers. I don't know whether it will be clear even if we enlarge it. It's a big challenge. Yeah. Okay. So basically he has transcribed that. Sun, Moon, no, Earth, Moon, North node, South node, Mercury. I don't know what this one is. I think this is Mars, I think. Jupiter, Saturn, उसके नीचे Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. ठीक है, चलो. I've got the names. ठीक है, आगे बढ़े. ये पढ़े? We'll read this. You can see
That the natal north node is in the middle of the zodiac sign of Taurus. Yeah, this pink color circle. Yeah.
No, I mean, that he is taking from here. We can't make out. Okay.
Yeah, you can see that the natal north node is in the middle of the zodiac sign of the Taurus, and its corresponding hexagram is in the second hexagram. The first thing you may note is that all this information is coded into the body graph by colors and numbers. It is in fact a very simple and graphic system. Everything from the personality wheel is coded into the body graph in black. So this north node in the second hexagram gets coded to the second gate, which we find in the center in the middle of the body graph known as the G center. You will also notice in this instance that
So here if
G
you
center.
see, this is the north node. Right.
The
here-
black and red.
Yeah. No, this is not the, this is the north node.
Oh, here.
Hmm.
Yeah, he circled here.
Yeah. And this is, what is the number here? 1, is it? No, I think this is 2 maybe. He's talking about 2, right? If this is 1, this should be 2. Yeah, 2. Right?
सर बड़ा कंफ्यूजन हो गया है
क्या?
इतना सारा नंबर्स हो गया ना कंफ्यूजन हो गया
कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं है, ये 2 है, 2 is coming to, यहाँ पर 2 किधर है वो देखना पड़ेगा. ये डायग्राम थोड़ा प्रिंट ठीक नहीं है, किताब में ऐसा है तो और कहीं पे देखते हैं. यहाँ पर
Is this 2? The pink circle. Yeah, the one he circled is the 2.
yes, this is 2. This point. This point. This one is 2.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is 2. And 2 कहाँ पर है? This is, what did he say? Second hexagram, north node ना? North node तो ऊपर वाला है. तो 2 कहाँ से आया? अच्छा यहाँ पर 2. Okay. He has taken this. This is in the personality trait. This is in the design side. Is not on 2, but it is 3. Where is 3? 3 is here. ये दिख रहा है ना 3?
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yeah.
the design side. That is what you are showing in this diagram. Okay.
Oh,
This is going there to 3. Okay. ठीक है. So let's आगे बढ़े. You will notice.
we need to go a little bit up, isn't it? So, yeah. The first thing you may note is that all this information is coded into the body graph by colors and numbers. It is in fact a very simple and graphic system. Everything from the personality wheel is the body graph in black. So this north node is this north node in the second hexagram gets coded to the second gate, which we find in the center in the middle of the body graph known as the G center. So it is a G center. You will also notice in this instance that although the second gate is colored in black, the entire channel is not colored in.
entire channel पूरा नहीं भरा हुआ है. क्यों? वो देखते हैं. Entire channel is not colored in. That is very important. The north node activation of the second hexagram can only affect one side of the channel. The other side of the channel, 14th gate, is left white because there is no planet that activates it. See, you've got 2 sides of 2 gates of a channel, right? One side is active, the other one is not active. Is it active by means of the design or is it active by means of the personality? Which trait is
So is
dominant?
this the one he's talking? Here, this is the other side.
Here you see the red, right?
Yeah,
Black,
opposite.
black is personality, red is design.
Yeah.
So the completeness also is very important. That's what he's saying. You can double check this by looking back to the wheel again. For example, if we can all go through the website that he has indicated in the book and print your respective charts to make it available. Okay, you can all create your charts.
Mm.
You can also do it on another site which I will show you. jovianarchive.com. So it is actually Jovian Archive. Get your free chart. Okay. You can give your details and he will immediately give you a chart. You can also download a free report later on. What is that, ma'am? You are showing some book?
No. I just took the picture, Jovian chart archive.
Oh, okay. Now, there are many. If you really do this, you will get so many. Human design,
Oh.
get your chart, get your chart. There are so many. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many providers. But this is a wonderful science for all of us. Okay. So where are we?
Yeah. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. We can stop recording.